In this lesson, we will take you through the step-by-step process of sun printing. How does sun printing work? Well, it comes down to the evaporation process. The leaf or the flower acts as a shade on the fabric where the sunlight print will be. The sun begins to evaporate the dry part of the fabric, which pulls the paint away from the shaded leaf area, leaving a light contrast print. Materials needed are some leaves or flowers, some scissors, some fabric. Here I have used an old pillowcase. Please get permission from your parents before you cut up anything to do with the fabric. Just make sure that it's okay, and possibly you can upcycle an old unwanted pillowcase or piece of fabric into something useful here. You will also need a large paintbrush, some acrylic paint. Ideally, you can use water paint, but acrylic paint works best, and a cup of water, and possibly something to protect your table, like a bin bag would be advisable. To begin, cut the fabric to the size you want. Any size is fine as long as you're happy with it. Step 2 is to dilute some paint. Here I've used 3 blobs of acrylic paint and just a splash of water in each, and just made them nice and runny. Make sure that you don't mix up your colours in the beginning and that you're happy with your colours. You can choose any colour choices you like. Step 3, lay out your fabric swatches and make sure that you have something protective underneath to protect the table. Here I'm using a plastic bag. Step 4, paint your fabric swatches with a watery paint. It is advisable actually to dip and screw up your fabric into a little bowl of water before painting, but I forgot to do that here. However, if you want to create a multitude of different colours, perhaps you could do a rainbow effect or a number of different paint effects. That's up to you, but make sure that the paint does not dry out and that it is very saturated with the watery paint before we go on to the next stage. For your prints to work well, you must make sure that the fabric is very watery. So take your flower or leaf, whatever you are printing, and place it down to the fabric, and you need to make sure that you actually paint over the back of it, and then just leave it. Try not to move it. Without disturbing the leaves or flowers, you need to transfer them out into the sunlight. Here in Muscat we have a lot of natural sun, so they will do very well, and probably within about half an hour to 40 minutes the leaves will turn dry. However, I did leave mine probably for about an hour, which created a very strong effect. Step 7, peel away the dry leaves or flowers to create your amazing sun prints. In the following art lesson, you will be asked to make sure that you upcycle one of your sun prints into a greeting card. If you want to save time, you may do that this lesson. The fabric can be cut down with a pair of scissors and glued onto an old greeting card with a glue stick.